The ball sailed 2 inches past the baseline, the line judge's arm extended, and before the umpire could even declare the final score, a thunderous roar erupted that shook the very foundations of the stadium. There was no dramatic racket drop right away. No crying on the hard court floor. Just Alex Eala turning around to her player box, raising her hands high into the air, and letting out a triumphant scream that had been building up through weeks of intense pressure, grueling training, and relentless global scrutiny. Across the net, her world-class opponent stood in absolute disbelief, staring at the stat board as the reality set in. The match was officially over. Alex Eala had done it. She had conquered the semifinal, silenced every remaining skeptic in the international media, and punched her ticket into a historic WTA Final. By the time you finish this video, you will understand exactly why this victory isn't just another match win on a tournament bracket. It is the definitive moment the entire landscape of modern women's tennis officially shifted. If you have been standing in this corner since the very beginning, watching every single break point, every comeback, and every historic milestone, subscribe right now and stand proud with the rest of the Filipino army taking over the tennis world today. On paper, today's semifinal match was predicted by traditional broadcast analysts to be a brutal, drawn-out tactical test. Alex Eala stepped onto the court facing a formidable adversary who carried years of top-tier tour experience, immense baseline power, and the kind of tactical pedigree that usually dismantles younger players under pressure. The sportsbooks had the margins thin, and the commentary team kept emphasizing how crucial the opening 5 games would be for the young Filipina. But the moment both players finished their warm-ups and took their places at the baseline, it became instantly clear that the numbers on paper meant absolutely nothing compared to the atmosphere inside the arena. The energy was electric. Hundreds of Philippine flags draped over the railings, fans wearing custom jerseys filled the upper decks, and chants of support echoed through the concourse before the very first ball was hit. This match was never just about ranking points or prize money purses. On one side was an established competitor fighting to protect her standing and keep the traditional tennis order intact. On the other side was Alex Eala, carrying the dreams of an entire nation and a worldwide diaspora that has turned every single one of her matches into a home court advantage. Families had spent their savings on last-minute tickets, overseas workers had gathered around screens in city plazas, and millions tuned in online from Manila to California. As Eala tossed the ball for her very first serve of the match, the sheer weight of expectation was immense. But instead of letting that pressure crush her, she used it as raw fuel from the very first stroke. The opening set started as an absolute war of attrition. Both players traded heavy blows from the baseline, with Eala displaying her signature lightning-quick footwork to absorb her opponent's explosive forehands. Every point was contested as if it were a match point. At 3-3 in the first set, Eala faced her first major hurdle of the day, a tough 15-40 deficit on her own serve after a couple of miscalculated drop shots. In moments like these, under the blinding stadium lights and intense crowd noise, a less experienced player might have panicked or given away the game with simple, unforced errors. But Eala showed the ice-cold composure that has quickly become her trademark on tour. She walked calmly to her towel, took a deep breath, reset her mindset, and stepped back to the line. She hit a blistering ace down the tee to save the first break point, followed by a relentless 18-shot rally where she forced a forehand error to save the second. Holding serve in that crucial game wasn't just a hold, it was a psychological blow to her opponent. Building on that momentum, Eala stepped up her aggressiveness in the very next game, breaking her opponent's serve with a stunning forehand winner down the line to take the first set 6-4. However, a true champion's response was bound to come. In the second set, Eala's opponent elevated her game, hitting high-risk winners and snatching an early break to push ahead. The momentum seemed to be shifting, and for a brief moment, anxiety crept back into the crowd. We have all seen how dangerous a veteran opponent can be when fighting off the back foot. But what makes Alex Eala so special, and what separates her from almost every other rising star on the tour right now, is her refusal to accept defeat even when the tactical picture looks grim. Down 1-4 in the second set, Eala didn't change her body language. She didn't shake her head or complain to her bench. Instead, she adjusted her position on the return, stepping 2 feet inside the baseline to take her opponent's big serves early. What followed over the next 30 minutes was nothing short of a tactical masterclass. Eala reeled off 4 consecutive games in a heart-pounding comeback that left the commentators in complete awe. She broke serve back with a sequence of surgical cross-court backhands, held her own serve with pinpoint accuracy, and completely shattered her opponent's rhythm. By the time Eala served for the match at 5-4 in the second set, the atmosphere had reached a fever pitch. On her first match point, she forced a weak return, stepped into the court, and hammered a crisp overhead smash into the open court to seal a magnificent straight sets victory, 6-4, 6-4. The post-match statistics tell an undeniable story of dominance and poise under extreme pressure. Eala converted 4 out of 5 break-point opportunities, won over 75% of her first serve points, and hit significantly fewer unforced errors than her opponent during the critical stages of the match. But far beyond the raw numbers on the stat sheet, this victory sends a massive shockwave through the entire WTA Tour. International sports outlets and veteran tennis analysts are no longer debating whether Alex Eala belongs on the main stage. They are now analyzing how far her trajectory can actually go. Major sports networks that previously relegated her matches to outer courts are now adjusting their main broadcast schedules to feature her in primetime slots, recognizing the staggering viewership metrics she continues to generate globally. When tournament directors and international media outlets look at the packed stands and the astronomical digital engagement numbers, they are realizing what we have known all along. Alex Eala is not just another promising athlete climbing the rankings. She is a global phenomenon breaking down structural doors and redrawing the map of international sports dominance. Her tactical intelligence, combined with her unbreakable mental resilience, has turned her into one of the most dangerous opponents on any surface on the professional circuit today. As Eala walked to the center of the court for her post-match interview, greeted by roaring chants of PILIPINAS and a sea of waving flags, her humble smile said it all. She thanked her team, acknowledged her tough opponent, and dedicated the historic victory to every single fan who had supported her through the highs and lows. Today, she proved that no matter how big the stage, no matter how experienced the opponent, and no matter how heavy the pressure, she has the game, the heart, and the mind to conquer it all. She is now officially just one single win away from lifting the championship trophy and writing another glorious chapter in modern sports history. Now, here is the ultimate question that everyone in the tennis world is fiercely debating right now. With Alex Eala playing at this elite, unstoppable level and carrying such massive momentum into the grand final, can anyone on the tour actually stop her from taking home the championship title? Or is this historic tournament victory already written in the stars? Drop your predictions, your reactions, and your celebratory messages in the comments section down below. Let's make some noise for this historic achievement. We are the ultimate home for every believer following this incredible journey step by step, match by match, all the way to the top of the tennis world. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of history, and stand proud with the Filipino Army. This is Tennis Pulse. Thank you for watching, and we will see you at the grand final now. Here is the ultimate question that everyone in the tennis world is fiercely debating right now. With Alex Eala playing at this elite, unstoppable level and carrying such massive momentum into the grand final, can anyone on the tour actually stop her from taking home the championship title? Or is this historic tournament victory already written in the stars? Drop your predictions, your reactions, and your celebratory messages in the comments section down below. Let's make some noise for this historic achievement. We are the ultimate home for every believer following this incredible journey step by step, match by match, all the way to the top of the tennis world. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of history, and stand proud with the Filipino Army. This is Tennis Pulse. Thank you for watching, and we will see you at the grand final.